even everybody from Bose to E. Lee to even a walk-on. Some of those guys that just got to step up and we got to fight out there because we're short, we're limited corner, so we just all got to battle out there. So.
How much did you grow last year when you kind of look at it now and in the film? And you had a great bowl game, obviously, with against UCLA.
I mean, last year was my first ever year playing corner the whole year, like in life. Always high school to safety, and then came here, nickel, played a little bit, Michigan State game at corner. But last year was my first year fully just developing as corner and being able to go out there and know down and distance, know the splits, and just learning everything that I need to learn to build on this year. And I think it really helped me a lot. And I'm coming to this year really strong, I think. Anybody else?
Well, you mentioned that practice kind of rowdy today.
Yeah.
It just looks like you guys are having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What your impression is of this group this spring and the kind of chemistry you've built?
It's just everybody's really battling for a spot, you know, especially in the trenches. And you see most of those guys really fighting and a lot of emotions going after because everybody doesn't want to get beat because they know in the film room, coach is going to talk about it and your player's going to talk about it. So the competition level down there from down up, it's really great, and that builds a good team, you know. Just being able to battle at every spot and knowing that everything's not where you can't take anything for granted, and just being able to build upon that and everybody battling and think about battling from now to summer workouts. Don't want nobody to beat you on a sprint, and that carry on to fall camp and then comes on in the fall, and then it's a good season.
Are you seeing those battles mainly are you talking about the defensive trenches or the offensive?
Both. I mean, both. I mean, you see them all just going after it, you know. You really don't notice it while I'm out there running, but when you see in the film room, you see them just going at it, you know.
Really?
Creating gaps. Sometimes it's offense creating gaps, and sometimes you see defense just blowing everything up. So it's just here and there.
There's been less contact this spring as a defensive guy. I mean, how have you guys welcomed that, or adjusted to that? Because a lot of times spring you get after it a little bit and kind of hit the offense a lot and do some of that stuff. We haven't seen that much this year.
Yeah, I know most on the DB side, a lot of guys here and there, like all across the world, don't like. Most DBs don't like hitting. Me, I'm a physical guy, so I like it. So here was getting used to it, this year. But I mean, I don't mind. Even now to say that we're down corner, so just being able not to bang that much and being able to stay on our legs, it's really helped a lot.
Graham and Avity said that sometimes the defensive guys take the offensive guys to the ground. You haven't taken anybody.
No, not yet. Not yet. You'll know when I have, because I make a lot of noise when I do it.
Hey, there's a lot of receivers that are talented on this team. Who kind of gives you guys the most fits when you watch the tape and stuff?
I mean, I have to give credit to that whole starting lineup, and even the guys that's pushing them to go harder. I mean, because they're pushing me, and I mean, from Stan to B. Riley to Zoe to even new guys like Keon, Grimm, and just want to go out there and fight for a spot. They're always running their routes hard, and it's always giving us a good look no matter what.
How have you adjusted? You guys are kind of working on new tackling techniques this spring.
Yeah.
How have you adjusted to that? Because I've heard it can be a little different.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you got to think about it. You've learned how to tackle your whole life. I mean, a decade plus, a certain way, and now you're trying to learn how to tackle a whole different way in less than, 2 months or something, So just adjusting to it. A lot of guys talking in the locker room, man, I don't know about that, I might get trucked, but you just got to trust it and just hope that what the coaches are saying is good, and the technique that they're trying to give us or get us to learn is the right technique. And then if we all buy into it, then, we start laying people out, I guess.
Right. I feel like, I know the Seahawks.
Yeah.
It's kind of out of their mode. So, it works.
If it works, it works. We just got to trust it,
Right.
And it's just hard to because you've been working your whole life,
Yeah.
What's the biggest adjustment in that regard for you? What's the biggest challenge?
Can you state that a different way? I don't get what you're trying to say.
In terms of that new tackling technique, what's the hardest part about it for you?
Me, I've always, since I was taught, I always just grab your legs. You can't run without your legs, So just being able to not just launch from a certain point. Sorry, my nose is running. But to not be able to launch from a certain point, to break down and be able to challenge him each direction he goes, and just being able to grab his legs and take him down, and not let him fall forward instead of making them fall backwards. Okay. Dang.
One of the things that you can work on that without.
Yeah,
you've worked on it without pads.
Yeah. That's the best thing about it. You can get a bag and just work the punch technique, same foot, same shoulder, and just practice it and just being able to work.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Whose idea was that initially to come about with that new technique?
To be honest, I'm not sure. We just came spring ball, and it was a lot of talk about it coming into spring ball. Coaches were trying to get it in our heads and stuff, but we don't really know who just brought it to us. We just learned it, so I don't know.
You guys think it's paying off so far?
Yeah, I think it's paying off, and I think it will pay off. And the more everybody starts to buy into it, then it really will pay off.